Hello and welcome. In today's world, the price of abrasive media has increased drastically. That therefore means if we can help reduce your abrasive media consumption, that's a win-win solution for yourself. So today here, I'm going to show you, this is our bulk mega blaster system, followed by our smaller contractor blast pots. These have all been fitted with what we call the pressure hold blasting system. The key benefits between pressure hold blasting versus pressure release blasting is a reduction of the carbon footprint, reduction of compressor air emissions, increased safety, a large reduction in abrasive media consumption, which therefore means a big reduction in abrasive media cleanup. We believe that we can save 25% of your abrasive media consumption. So on a project, if you're specifying 400 tons, the average going price is £400 a ton of garnet. That means we can save £100 of that abrasive media instantly. That means that £100 you can gain larger square meterage on your project. So each ton of abrasive is lasting longer, but ultimately you are using and consuming less abrasive on the project itself. So here, the abrasive valves, they have what we call a VPI, which is a virtual positioning indicator, which means on your projects, your project manager can specify at the abrasive valve at what point, is it a number 1, is it a number 2, as to where the abrasive metering valve should be. Too many blast pots today, we see that actually nobody knows when they look at the blast pot as to how far that abrasive valve is screwed in or screwed out. Therefore, you could be consuming too much abrasive, which means less productivity and increased abrasive waste. More abrasive media doesn't mean more effectiveness on sites itself. A lot of blasters today will open the abrasive metering valve up to get more abrasive media, but then that increases the waste itself and doesn't necessarily mean greater performance. So here, what you have, so each time you press the deadman handle and let go of the deadman handle, on a standard pressure release system, the air itself releases out the blast pot and the blast pot depressurizes. The advantages of the pressure hold is the pressure vessel itself remains pressurized. And when you let go of the deadman handle, the air just depressurizes back to the valve itself. Common sense will tell you that if the blast pot is still full of abrasive, why does the air need to be released from the pressure vessel into the atmosphere? No, it simply doesn't. And that's where the advantage of the pressure hold system is increased efficiency of air, because that blast pot doesn't need depressurized until the abrasive is finished in the blast pot. So each time that blaster, if you think about it, start, stop on the blast, on the deadman handle itself, you're losing that time and air. Now we believe, and we have tested, that the startup time with a pressure hold system is 2 seconds to peak pressure at the blast nozzle. When you let go of the blast, of the deadman handle, it will stop within 4 seconds. On a pressure release system, your standard steel grip valves, your standard micro valve system, that can take anything from 12 to 15 seconds. So we're saving you 10 seconds each time you press that deadman handle and release that deadman handle. Now, if you think about that, is the abrasive coming out, that loss of 10 seconds means inefficient use of abrasive media itself. That abrasive media isn't coming out at the true speed because the PSI hasn't been reached at the blast nozzle. So that abrasive media coming out the blast nozzle is actually abrasive waste. You know, that is getting wasted. And that's where we can save you 25% of your abrasive consumption, because we've implemented a pressure hole blasting system which A, can reduce the carbon footprint, so less abrasive consumed, less abrasive transport, reduction of the compressor air emissions, therefore a reduction of noise, because your blast pot isn't depressurizing and then pressurizing again. Increase in safety. If your blaster is in a difficult position and that Deadman handle has just been released, he, with a pressure release system, could take 12 to 15 seconds on a standard 20-meter hogger line. If that's a 40-meter hogger line or 60-meter hogger line, then increase that to 20 to 30 seconds. So if a blaster's in trouble, is a faster stoppage time is a benefit to your system, but a benefit to your employees and their safety on site. In addition to this system will use less air. Less air means less moisture entering your system. Less moisture means less abrasive blockages. That means, less time spent on site having to unscrew those valves, replace them, clear the blockages, and that's all a big time waste on your sites. In addition to this valve is a diaphragm system, which means you can quickly release this system, and it also has a blowout part which can be unscrewed and you can quickly blow out any blockages. Be free to reach out today if you want a demonstration, being on site, or a Teams call where we can discuss your application on site further. Thank you. Reach out to our team to see how we can help you achieve greater performance and greater productivity on your projects.